I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level is a anime series that I watched. It's based off of a series of light novels. I actually saw volume 1 at the library, but I never picked it up because it looked a little generic. The plot is very similar to what we've seen before. It's basically a mix of that time I got reincarnated as a slime mixed with One Punch Man, but only the first episode. So let's get into the plot. Azusa is a young woman who overworks herself to death. She's a salarywoman, and one day she just keels over at work. So she wakes up in the afterlife as a soul, and a goddess asks her what she wants, and she goes, I would like to live a very carefree life because I worked way too hard in my last life. So she is reincarnated as a 17-year-old blonde witch, immortal, with some special attributes. So she finds like a cottage, I guess, in the middle of the mountains, and she just lives there. And she can grow her own food because it's like a little farm. Everything was left there for her, I guess, by the goddess. And in order to sort of supplement herself, she can kill slimes, which is like the only creature that's hanging around her. If she kills a slime, she can get a magic stone, trade it for money, and use that to buy more food or seeds and stuff. So she basically tries to kill 25 slimes a day. You know, a little bit of, what would you call that? Monster cleaning? I don't know what it's called, but basically, you know, just grinding. It's called grinding. So she grinds every day. However, 300 years passes and she's become a sort of figure of the community because she's the Witch of the Highlands. And when she tests out her stats, she's been maxed out because one of her attributes was extra 2 experience points per monster killed. So every time she killed 25 slimes is more like killing 50, and she's been doing that every day for 300 years, so she's maxed out now. She's OP. However, she doesn't really care. She just wants to live on her farm by herself. However, her being OP ends up allowing a host of different people to start showing up and challenging her, including a dragon whom she whips, and then ends up being like an apprentice of sorts. So that's kind of like the One Punch Man angle, where she can defeat anyone with one attack usually. Very strong, takes an apprentice. And that's where the similarities end with One Punch Man. It's a lot closer to that time I got reincarnated as a slime. But this show is very lighthearted. It's very undemanding. And I actually really enjoyed it because of this. I was watching a lot of movies and they were kind of shitty. And I was just kind of in a cold streak slump. And I just wanted something undemanding that I could just easily absorb. This is a comedy slice of life story. There's only like 3 action sequences in the entire 12-episode season. Yeah, so if you're looking for like fantasy, adventure, action, you're not going to get that with this series. This is more of a goofy slice of life comedy. In fact, the show just spends the first 4 episodes introducing new characters, and they start living at the cottage. And then 5 and 6, they introduce some new characters, some little bit of world building. Then they go back to the sort of, what's the word, plot of the week. You know, like, oh no, I've eaten something and it made me sick, so now I have to go get a cure for it. Kind of like that. It's very easygoing. There's no grand sweeping like thing where she has got to go fight something. It's just her trying to chill with her new sort of adopted family. And I think they greenlit season 2, so I'll definitely check that out. It's very simple. Oh yeah, I didn't like the weird pervy humor. I don't understand what was going on. This novel series and the anime is written by a man, and there's like no male characters in this show, which is weird. But basically she builds up a sort of like adopted family. You know, there's like a dragon, then there's another dragon, and then there's a elf girl, and more slime daughters, and there's just a whole bunch of characters, but then some of them flirt with her, and some of them don't. It's weird. I don't know if it's like a skinship thing where they're just trying to like, be like, hey, the elf girl might be gay, but, not really. I don't know what that was all about. I didn't like that humor. It would make it awkward if you wanted to watch this with a younger person, audience member, viewer. So, besides that, the show is, easy to enjoy. It's 12 episodes. It goes by rather quick. And there was one really great sequence that happens near the end of the series that made me laugh really hard, like deep belly laugh. That was great. So yeah, enjoyable anime show. There's a lot of isekai shows like this now, like My Isekai Life, Reincarnated as a Slime. There's a lot of like, I don't know when these were all made. Some of them were made like a good 8 or 9 years ago, and they're just getting popular now because of other ones. But They usually involve like being super high level and going to an isekai world after you die. So anyways, those are my thoughts on I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level. Season 1.